Hello, my Steel City family. Welcome back to Volume 2 of SCM, MCS, Mysterious Crime Stories. Tonight, I would like to bring you a story of a young lady named Elisa Lam who vanished while traveling alone in Los Angeles in February of 2013. Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old Canadian college student, and she was in the middle of a West Coast solo tour. Just a young woman who wanted to venture out on her own and just try to become independent in the world. You expect that from young people. Elisa checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Now, the Cecil Hotel is infamous for mystery and macabre happenings. For instance, in 1947, Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia, stayed at the Cecil Hotel shortly before she was murdered in a nearby park. Her murder was so gruesome and grisly, no one could understand why anyone would want to torture such a beautiful young woman. Elizabeth Short was beaten, stabbed, and bisected. She was cut in half at the waist. That, however, is another story. The connection is that she was a tenant at the Cecil Hotel. Another woman, Goldie Osgood, known as the Pigeon Lady of Pershing Square, was raped and murdered in her hotel room at the Cecil Hotel in 1964. Richard Ramirez, also known as the Night Stalker, and his copycat, Jack Unterweger, lived at the Cecil Hotel while they committed their crime spree and serial killings. The hotel also played host to multiple suicides. In 1954, a young woman leapt from the 7th floor of the hotel, landed on the hotel marquee, and continued to fall onto a passing pedestrian who was also killed. So you can see the darkness surrounding this hotel where Elisa Lam checked in. What we find out next regarding Elisa Lam is that there are snippets of hotel security footage taken from the elevator on the day that Elisa vanished. In the video, Elisa enters the elevator and presses nearly all of the buttons, causing the car to stall. As the door remains open, Lam looks out into the hallway. She exits and enters the elevator several times. She appears antsy or nervous. She's seen rocking in place and gesturing with her arms as if communicating with someone down the hallway, possibly off camera. Her movements were very unsteady. Finally, Elisa Lam disappears down the hallway to her left. The elevator doors close behind her. This elevator clip made it online. It went viral, and most people surmised that from the way Elisa was acting, she may have been mentally ill or on drugs, while others felt that she was running from or trying to hide from someone or something that was after her. Some people even claimed she was possessed, which wouldn't be very shocking coming from the reputation of this hotel. 2 weeks passed by, and Elisa had not been found. And it was around the same time that guests in the hotel started to complain about low water pressure and a brown substance that was seeping out of their taps. On the morning of February 19th, 2013, a hotel employee named Santiago Lopez went to check on the hotel's 4 rooftop water tanks. He noticed the hatch to one of them was open. Lopez climbed a set of ladders and peered inside. He was horrified. What he saw floating face up in the water near the top of the tank was the body of a young woman. It was Elisa. It was Elisa Lam. Lopez told the police that no one could have accessed the roof without tripping an alarm, including himself. He stated that, in fact, he had to deactivate the alarm before going to check out the water tanks. He also noted that only hotel staff had access to the keys. The keys to the rooftop, the stairwell, and the door. And according to the hotel's engineer, even if you did reach the roof without tripping an alarm, you would have to climb onto the water tank platform, scale a second ladder to the top of the tanks, lift the heavy metal hatch, and then jump inside. Someone really went out of their way. To this day, no one knows how Lam reached the rooftop without setting off the alarm system, or how she gained entrance to the tank. They also don't know how or why she drowned. Elisa's autopsy revealed that she was found naked with the same clothes that she was seen wearing in the hotel elevator videos, strewn about all around her body. She was also moderately decomposed, and there was no evidence of assault, whether sexual or otherwise. No drugs found in her system other than ibuprofen. The strange thing is, at the time of her death, the water tanks were only half to 3/4 full. and it led some authorities to speculate how an able-bodied woman could drown in a relatively small amount of standing water. Before Elisa left on her solo tour of the West Coast, she started a Tumblr account and an account called Nouveau. That was a landing place for fashion photography. She'd set out to establish a career and was met by this horrible, horrible fate. What was eerie about it was that even after Elisa's death, both accounts, the Tumblr and the Nouveau, continued to post. Everyone just suspected that these were timed posts that Elisa had set up. Many also wondered, were these messages from beyond the grave? Did Elisa know that something was going to happen? So she prepared a series of comments to leave on her account. No one still knows that. Elisa's family tried suing the Cecil Hotel, but there was no evidence to prove that the hotel was at fault for anything. So they lost that lawsuit. Since the incident, the hotel felt that it may renew their image if they change their name. So the hotel is now called Stay on Main. Whether the name is old or new, the bizarre deaths of Elisa Lam and all the others still linger in the hallways of this Los Angeles hotel. The security footage still lingers, but Elisa's death still remains unsolved, as well as the deaths of the Black Dahlia and the Pigeon Lady of Pershing. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me for SCM, Mysterious Crime Stories, MCS, Volume 2, the story of Elisa Lam. Please join me again next week. I'm your host, T-Rex. I look forward to getting together with you again. Happy Halloween.